I'm Professor Halsey, and I'm just right here in the most magical place on campus, which is the ceramics studio. There's a lot of space in here. It's a really big, beautiful space, as you can tell. Has great lighting, has great energy. This clay's been worked on the table enough so it doesn't have air pockets in it. It doesn't have any hard pieces. It doesn't have any overabundance of moisture.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I am currently kneading this clay so I can get it to the right texture and consistency so I can later put it on the wheel and I can start turning it into a little bowl. Right now it's pretty sticky, it can't be that tacky when it goes onto the wheel. It's kind of right now, if you push on it, it kind of gets all it breaks apart and it kind of it's just kind of weak. So you have to make it more put together and firm, and just kneading it a ton and slapping it down to get all the air out from the compression is also important.
Clay is like meeting a friend. You have to learn all the nuances about it, everything that it will do and it won't do. We throw it on the wheel to center it. You have to have something centered before you can do anything. Really can't really make anything in the wheel unless it is centered. And when it's kind of basically spinning without dancing around too much, it's centered. And that makes it easy to then make just about any shape that you want.
Hello, my name is Kaylee. I am in the Intro to Ceramics class, and I'm trying to make a mug right now. And right now I'm trying to get the middle part here to close in a little more so that my hand can fit around it nice and easily, because if it was just a straight up cylinder, it would be a little harder for me to hold. So I'm just giving it a little bit of a edge right there so that I can hold it a little better when I'm, let's say, drinking stuff. But of course when I did that, now the top is flaring out, so I'm gonna have to bring that up a little more so that's more straight and get it more to the shape that I want it.
After you've decided you're going to keep something, you'll end up cutting it off the wheel. It takes about 24 hours to really set up. It's a good time between classes because classes are usually every other day. You're welcome as a student to come in the studio whenever you have time or can make time. So say you have it how you want to keep it. We don't have to pick these up necessarily because we have plates, we have bats. They get put off to the side, and this has to sit maybe for a day, maybe two. And then after that, maybe you shave it a little bit, maybe you trim the bottom.
My name is Colin Brown. I'm in Ceramics 1. Essentially, I'm just working on a bowl that I threw over there at our throwing station. I'm doing a project that's 2 bowls, 2 plates, and 2 cups. So right now I'm working on a bowl, and I'm just kind of scoring and sanding off this part right here, shaping it up, making it look clean after it's dried and processed itself.
For me, I'm in a similar process. I actually just finished sanding one of my bowls, and I'm working on the other one. See how it's kind of rough right now. We're trying to get it to more smooth shape, and then after we're probably gonna glaze it and then paint over it later on, and then hopefully give these bowls to my parents. Hopefully they enjoy it, and just trying to put my tuition to good use.
I just want to put some ramen in here and eat it, if I'm being honest.
After a couple days of drying and you've sanded it and signed it, signing your name is really important. After you've done that, then it's going to end up ready to go in the kiln. So you can see all of these creations here are stuff people have kept from the first week. People have been doing really well this week. We usually recycle everything from the first 2 weeks, and this class is, both of them are kind of the exception. So we have all sorts of pieces that are going to be ready to go into the kiln pretty soon. We have one kiln that is currently firing. This kiln has pieces just like we saw. It is 1700 degrees and glowing red. So of course I'm not going to open it up, but the pieces go in here until they're 1800 degrees, a little over, and then they're ready to come out the next day so that they can be glazed. Then they go in again, and then that firing is hotter, 2400 degrees.
So the process of glazing your ceramics product. So after you finish sanding and you kind of get the general idea and shape of what you want, then we have these things called glazes or underglazes, where essentially you can add different colors to your item. So it's basically just like painting. You just put it into a little container and then paint over it. After you fire it, essentially you can come out like this. So you can kind of see how like here, it still shows the lines and everything. Kind of like the similar thing what I'm doing here. So I have my lines, have my design shown. And then after you glaze it and you fire it, add a little masterpiece like this. And if I wanted, you could add a little handle or a little pot cover on top. And that's how you get your finished products with glazing.
This is a class that we always have a waiting list. If you ever want to get into the class, that's okay, because you can always contact me. People will always make room for more. People always feel bad, and then I'll say, you should have just asked. Maybe we could have made room for you. It's a good break, even though it's a legitimate class. So you're expected to come, you're expected to put in the time. You can't become acquainted with the clay unless you put in time. You know, in the end, the goal is not really perfection. It's just that students are practicing and practicing, becoming acquainted with the clay in a way that the clay teaches them its limits and also what it can do. By the end of the semester, people have plenty of things they can either take home or gift. But that's not exactly the goal, is to make perfect things. It's more to learn about the process.